So what hypnotherapy does is actually take some of those habits that people have and helps them to see why they're bad for them. So our classic example is, have you ever just not got off the table and eaten every bit of food even though you didn't want to run it because you didn't want to upset someone about leaving something on the plate? I would say that's something probably from our past when we were little kids and the parents said you can't go off the table until you've eaten all your dinner. There's someone starving somewhere in the world. And it's actually learning that you don't have to eat everything on your plate. You don't have to make yourself so full up that you feel sick. It's actually learning to stop when you're full up. And even simple things like actually learning to slow down when you eat. We eat sometimes and we watch TV while we're eating, and we're normally eating as fast as we're watching the TV programme. So it's learning sometimes habits to just change how you act around food. So you eat more slowly and then you're able to feel more fuller before you've actually eaten that whole plate and able to say, yep, I can stop now, I'm full up. So hypnotherapy isn't an alternative to exercise. It complements it really nicely. So I was seeing a lot of people when I was working as a personal trainer and finding that they were coming back to me for the same old thing year after year, normally in January when their resolutions kicked in. So what I decided to do with my hypnotherapy was to build them the exercise plan that they really needed, but also to be able to change their habits so that they weren't coming back year after year with the same thing. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to see people to come back for exercise again. What I'm saying is I want them to come back when they want the next step up their ladder to wherever they want to be. So it might be that to start with they can't even walk on a treadmill and they're eating unhealthy food, so we'll work on that maybe first, and then the next time I see them they're doing all this and they want to join a team or something like that. It's just taking them that little step further every time I see them. It really depends. Sometimes you may need a course of treatment, sometimes it's just a one-off. It just really depends on the individual thing and the person. So some people I've seen recently, it's just needed a session or two and they've noticed the difference immediately. It very depends what you find when you first have that initial interview chat with the person. Quite often you'll find if they come for one thing that there's other things they want changed when you see them. If you're worried about it at all, then I would go and see a GP about losing weight, especially if you have any medical issues. So that's quite an important thing. If you've got anything medical underlying, there's no harm in just checking with your GP or any health professional. Just as a safe precaution, I will say yes, it's the same as joining the gym. Go and get things like your blood pressure checked.